This portion is basically set up for social justice, okay? So the reason we do this at this time of year, there's twofold, okay? So the first one is essentially this time of year is the worst time of year for donations to food banks and shelters, okay? So look what's going on right now. We just had a huge flood, and a bunch of people just lost a whack of their stuff in their basements. Some people live in basement apartments, can you imagine? And they're gonna need some food, they're gonna need some clothing, and so in the past, we've done local initiatives for a food and clothing drive. I'm gonna ask the coordinator here again, who's leaving on Friday, if he can't initiate something to collect food and clothing until about the 10th of August. And then we're going to try and get everything over to the food bank that's down on Lawrence and in around the Allen Expressway, and one of the Salvation Army locations just for the clothing. Now, strangely, I don't know if you guys saw the thing that came out there, but diapers are actually food, okay? So it goes to the food bank. Believe it or not, people don't eat them, but they're consumable, essentially. So that's one of the things that a lot of people don't really think about, and it's one of the things that is desperately, desperately needed, especially by some of the folks who may have just had their basements flooded. So bottom line, the whole thing on social justice, you actually are donating about a penny an hour to this particular cause, whether you know it or not. And it was something that was put in place by one of the previous past presidents of PSAC. So there are actually a number of social justice funds that are set up that we can actually tap into for certain initiatives that if we have a particular thing that the local itself believes is useful to pursue, or even just a couple of members of the local, because basically in order to access these particular funds from the Alliance, you have to have union participation, and that essentially means at least one union member involved in the particular initiative. So whatever it happens to be, if there's anything that people are having a particular interested, like schools are an obvious choice, but basically outreach for poverty reduction and some of the things that are like national defense. You've got Team FRC. There's lots of opportunities for people to get involved in this particular file, and it's designed to kind of draw people into engaging in the resources that are available to them. So PSAC's got a whack of money, and we can actually make a proposal to them. And if we have enough of a critical mass, we can get something going. So, Toronto's got all this flood stuff going on. It's not going to go away. It may even get worse over the next couple of years. So, something around this time of year would be probably useful to pursue on the Social Justice Fund. Similarly, the United Way initiatives that happen during the year, the union is very much involved in those sort of things, and those also play into the social justice piece, right? Because essentially, and like we're teaching our kids now, it's part of the curriculum in Ontario for this whole social justice sort of aspect, right? So that you can turn around and you can say, well, my community, I'm part of my community. I'm actually plugged into my community. The thing with a lot of us is we're commuters. We come in from all around the place, but we work in certain areas. And those areas, like Downsview, there's opportunities right here, and we can plug into our community. So you might want to plug into the community where you live, which is well and good, and the local will support you on that kind of an initiative. But if we can plug into some of the communities where we work, it's that much better. So that's my, I don't know if it's a 10, I think it's more than 52 seconds, so we can maybe worth posting, I don't know. Anybody have any questions related to the social justice piece and why we're talking about it at this time of the year? Hearing none, seeing none, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and we're going to move into some of the actual guts of our Recreation and Welfare Committee meeting at this point. And thank you so much.